So you guys get hyped. There's me, and then there's Ricardo, and then there's Melvin, who doesn't really care about Fire Emblem, but he's
Okay,
serious
I
about Fire
didn't.
Emblem
No,
conversation.
okay,
Let's do it.
no, okay. I never said. I never said I didn't
dude.
care about Fire Emblem. I just said that I haven't played as much Fire Emblem. That's all. Don't
He's
put
the Fire Emblem.
So you're
don't
even
put
more of a
words
filthy
in my
casual than I
mouth.
am.
Don't put words.
He is the noob, everyone.
I love how you start off the Fire Emblem conversation saying I don't care about Fire Emblem.
Hey guys, if you want someone to attack, here's
Oh my!
this guy right
Oh
here.
my God! This
Jesus.
is my friend here. This is my friend. This is
Indeed.
right here, and then
Am I?
Anyways,
I don't know
am
what Ricardo
Jeremy.
is.
Let's
Right.
introduce
I don't know
Let's-
either.
let's-
Jeremy, that's Melvin, that's Ricardo. This
Yes.
is
Jeremy's Nichi Chow. I'm holding an iguana with a cowboy hat, and Ricardo is Yugi.
Have some Yu-Gi-Ohs.
Yeah. So
Good for your brain.
So hello. Yes. Jeremy said it in like 5 seconds. We're gonna be talking about the Fire Emblem live stream. But what I said to Jeremy and Ricardo was that I'm not an expert on Fire Emblem, so you guys should be like in charge of being detailed about what was on the live stream. Or was
Okay.
it live? No, it was just a direct. Just what was on
It was,
the
It was a
direct-
20-minute
it was
direct.
both, I guess.
Okay, what was the Nintendo
Technically.
Direct? So who wants to start
It
off?
was-
What was in
Okay.
the Direct for the Fire Emblem?
Okay, I'm going to list them off in order of how they went.
Okay.
The first thing that was shown was Fire Emblem Echoes, which is actually a remake of Fire Emblem Gaiden, which was a
Gaiden,
Okay,
yeah.
and then
exclusive Fire Emblem.
which was Gaiden in? Like which console?
Gaiden was Fire Emblem 2 for the NES.
Okay.
It was the first game to not star Marth.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Or the first one to not star Marth. I'm not sure if it's Fire Emblem 2, but it was on the NES. It
It
didn't
was
star
Fire Emblem
Marth.
too, yeah.
Okay.
It was on the NES. It didn't star Marth.
Okay.
And it was Japan exclusive because this was before people thought Americans would like Fire Emblem.
Yeah, Nintendo took a
And
pretty
now-
long time to bring Fire Emblem.
And now
Like,
that
this-
the
it has-
remake is
that
happening,
original game
they're
was
like,
Fire
yeah,
Emblem
let's
Gaiden.
just give it to America. And now we get to see all the cool Gaiden stuff, like dungeons and cities and towns.
Yeah, after 25 years, yeah. We can get it internationally.
Where's Earthbound,
It's like
Nintendo?
Earthbound.
Yeah, where's
They
Earth-
gave us Earthbound.
No,
on
the
Wii U,
third
remember?
one. Mother
The
3.
third
Where's
one,
Mother
yeah, Mother
3,
3.
Nintendo? Where is it? We're still
Working on it.
waiting.
They're going to remake it for Switch.
Are they?
And then
They're
they're
gonna bring it out when Half-Life 3 comes out.
as soon as Mother 3 comes out, Nichichao is getting a second season.
Oh, okay.
And Half-Life 3 is
All
coming
right.
out.
Yeah, and then unicorns will finally be discovered. Okay.
And I shall devour them.
All right. So, yeah. Okay. So then, what was the game? What was the next game they talked about?
The next
What?
game...
Or let
next-
Ricardo describe it. Let Ricardo decide.
Okay, well, there wasn't much information about the next game, actually. They were just announcing that they're working on the Nintendo Switch Fire Emblem game, which everyone expected, which is probably why no one saw the Fire Emblem Gaiden remake coming out, because everyone was focusing on what Fire Emblem game on the Switch was going to come out. So that's coming out and planned for 2018. So they could change. So I don't know, not really much information except that it's like the first console Fire Emblem game in 10 years since the Wii's Radiant Dawn with Ike.
Okay.
Calling it now.
Is that game trying to like learn from like the 3DS Fire Emblem games that have been coming out? Is it trying to be more similar to that, or is it going to be like a console game? Like, is it going to be something?
We have no idea. All we know is that it's a thing.
So we don't know if it follows the 3DS lineage.
Well,
Just know that it exists. That's it.
Okay. Does
And it's
it
Very
follow?
little
So we
information.
don't know. We don't even know if it follows that story. Like, we don't even know if it's its own thing.
we don't know the story at all. If it's going to continue from a previous game or start something entirely new.
Okay.
Besides Marth and Ike, I believe.
That was confirmed. Mark and Ike.
Marth and Ike.
Marth.
Like most,
Marth and Ike.
Marth.
I said Mark.
Mars,
I think Roy
Mike and
too.
Ike.
I don't know.
Marth and Ike and maybe Roy. I think.
Roy is my
Besides
boy.
those
Yeah,
guys,
Roy's story had prequel,
Yeah.
actually, I think.
Okay.
prequel of his father, Eliwood. But other than that, Fire Emblem's like
Yeah.
Final Fantasy in that
Eliwood.
each game is different and stars new characters.
Okay.
Same sort of combat style and stuff. Similar, like same sort of combat style between games, but it's completely different story, different characters.
Okay, so it's following the combat style, but we don't know if it's copying the graphics and sort of the story. We don't know. So
I mean, I would assume the graphics
there's very
would be
little
fine.
information on that. So was there more information on the Gaiden game than the Fire Emblem game coming for the Switch?
More information.
We know it's a remake.
Wait, so what console is the Gaiden game coming to?
It was on the NES. Now it's coming to the 3DS.
Oh, as a virtual console?
No.
Oh,
so they're
it's a complete remake from the ground up, using the style and stuff from the more recent Fire Emblem games. So it's gonna have like cutscenes, 3D models, the new Snake. I don't know how much of the modern Fire Emblem elements is going to be used, because some things
Gaiden is remaking the story and the style of Gaiden 2 for the 3DS, completely brand new. And then what was that? What's the name of the other Fire Emblem game? Or does it not even have a name?
It doesn't even have a name.
It doesn't even have a name.
No, working title.
Okay, Fire Emblem working title, genius. All right, so we don't even know anything about the Switch version.
No, nothing.
Is that one like going to be cross-platform, like 3DS and Switch, or just Switch exclusive?
I have a feeling it's going to be Switch exclusive. Yeah.
Okay.
Fire Emblem is a Nintendo property.
Yeah, but it could be. It could also go to the 3DS, but we don't know. Like just like with
Switch needs exclusives.
Just like with
now.
I think what's that RPG? I keep forgetting. Is it? Why do I keep forgetting it? All right, never mind. I'll bring it up when I. Is it Dragon's Quest? Yeah, Dragon's Quest. Dragon's Quest is going to be the newest one. Is going to be cross-platform for the 3DS and the Switch.
Oh, that's interesting.
So I was wondering if it's going to be like that, but we don't know anything at all. Like so little information. Okay, so I guess we should just move on to the next game.
Yes.
Okay.
The next game doesn't have much information. We got more look at Fire Emblem Warriors. So far, we only know that Chrom is playable, and that it's Hyrule Warriors, only being a bunch of soldiers with Fire Emblem characters.
And then
pretty much that, yeah.
But then, what was that?
Also,
okay. So, but for those of you who don't know, Hyrule Warriors and Fire Emblem Warriors are both inspired from Samurai Warriors, which is a game. I think it started on the PS2.
It's Dynasty Warriors.
Oh, Dynasty Warriors, not Samurai Warriors. I was thinking of a different game.
I was thinking, that name's wrong.
It's Dynasty Warriors. I don't have any, like, this is all, like, in my head, but, okay, Dynasty Warriors. It's inspired from Dynasty Warriors, which is a long-running series, and I love all of them. They're all just fun hack-and-slash games, and I love Hyrule Warriors. I love both versions. I played the Wii U version and the 3DS version. I love both of them. So, my guess is that Fire Emblem Warriors is just going to be much of the same, just with characters we all know and love, which is, I hope it's characters we all know and love.
I mean, I know Awakening's going to be prominent.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be similar to Hyrule Warriors, how they bring a bunch of characters even though they don't follow the same timeline, you know?
Yeah.
Like the 3DS version had, what's her name from Wind Waker? Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Tetra?
No.
Tetra.
So Tetra was in the 3DS version of Hyrule Warriors, even though that doesn't match the timeline whatsoever. But I hope they do that with Fire Emblem Warriors. So,
I think that they will, because if
Hyrule Warriors looked interesting to you, then Fire Emblem Warriors will probably be just as interesting to you.
Dude, it's gonna be great.
So that's
I'm more of a Fire Emblem fan than a Zelda fan, so I might pick this up as I didn't pick up.
I gave my brother Hyrule Warriors because he's a fan of Zelda.
Well, if you've never played Hyrule Warriors, I recommend playing it. Like,
I played a little bit.
It's a fun game. Like, regardless, like it's just fun hack and slash. But yeah. So then the next game. So Ricardo, you explain the next one.
Oh, the next game. I was going to mention Fire Emblem Warriors is also going to be only on the new Nintendo 3DS and not the original 3DS. But I guess
okay.
Just like Hyrule Warriors Legends.
Yep.
Except that was also on the original 3DS, but they only mentioned new 3DS, which was interesting.
Probably more graphically intensive and stuff.
Yeah,
I think it's just that. There's just the amount of characters. I mean, like, the only criticism I have with Hyrule Warriors for the 3DS is that I wish it ran better. Like, the frame rate was very choppy, and that's unfortunate. But the 3DS version is actually a better version than the Wii U one because they have more content in it and they have more characters. So it's like, pick which one. I picked the 3DS one. I played the Wii U one, but I bought the 3DS one because I just feel like games like that are better made for short burst then
all good Wii U games are on the 3DS.
Yeah, because the 3DS is what sells. Okay, but let's talk about the game after that, unless there's any more information.
The game after that.
Yes.
I want to interject in because I have a joke with this.
Okay.
We finally reached the end of the Heroes trilogy. First we had Sonic Heroes. Then we had YouTube Heroes. And now finally we end with Fire Emblem Heroes. What a truly messed up trilogy we have.
Oh, okay. I like Sonic Heroes.
Sonic Heroes!
I like it. Okay. Ricardo, explain what Fire Emblem Heroes is.
Okay, so Fire Emblem Heroes is pretty much Fire Emblem on a mobile device. Apparently, it's coming out on February 2nd on both iOS and Android, despite the trailer just mentioning Android and iOS like, oh, we'll figure it out, even though later, like an hour and a half, they confirm, oh, it's also coming out February 2nd on iOS. So pretty much Fire Emblem on mobile, but just more simplified and more shorter, I guess, because the maps are smaller. Yep, you can only bring 4 characters in. And some of the stats have been changed as well, I noticed, too.
Mm-hmm.
That's because they're bringing characters to multiple games. So
what? What'd you say, Jeremy? Say that again.
That's because they're bringing characters from multiple games, so they'd have to balance it out more. And fighting and like PvP, even though it's already been a thing in Fire Emblem since the GBA days, this sort of PvP is like the main reason because like your phone is your own Fire Emblem kingdom, I guess, and you're going to attack other kingdoms and stuff. But you're facing other units from other Fire Emblem games using your units from Fire Emblem games, and and you also have like this sort of like rarity system similar to like most mobile games out there. You could probably pay money and get the ones you want.
I'm guessing, yeah. I mean, I only seen this like a random selection though, unless you're doing like the hero battles or something like that. That'd be what it's called. And I think that's the only way to get specific hero. I think, but I'm not really too sure about that.
One thing I'm excited about that game is that I can't wait for some little kid who's played Smash sees Roy as like a powerhouse, then gets this game, and if Roy's stats are accurate to his actual Fire Emblem
Oh no,
I doubt it. I don't think it will. And plus, you can level up your characters too, like so.
Yeah, so.
But his stats are so horrible.
I didn't want to see the reaction.
Now, I mean, there's still some Pokemon that were terrible before, and there's a shit ton of them. Now there's a shit ton of Fire Emblem characters coming in, so there's going to be some characters who don't really come up to scratch or something.
Like Roy.
Oh.
Like Roy.
So yeah, okay. So this is part of Nintendo's like attempt at trying to kind of get into the mobile market, and from what I saw, this is the best example of that so far, because I do think Fire Emblem works better as a portable game than it does as a console game. I really don't know why. I think it's just because it's like it's the right speed. It's not too fast and it's not too slow. Like I think that's the reason why. Because like one battle is satisfying enough to ease my cravings. Like if I ever have my 3DS and I only have time for one battle, like that satisfies me. Like I don't have to play for the rest of the day if I don't have time, because like it's that good. But so I think if they try to sort of have that perfect speed, then I think this could be a really good game. And I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I just hope
I'm gonna get it.
So I'm very optimistic for this game, because I do think more people need to get into the Fire Emblem series.
I mean,
for me,
it almost died a while ago.
Yeah, like I think Fire Emblem is a really good game that not a lot of, I don't know, it's probably bigger in Japan. It is bigger than Japan. A lot of Americans don't know about yet. Like I know it sells really well on the 3DS, but like a lot of people still don't. Like it should be a console seller. Like it really should, and I don't think it's at that level yet. Like I think it should be on the same levels as, you know, Mario, Zelda, Kirby, like those games. But it's not. Yeah. And I like,
or Pokemon.
You know, yeah, like it should be that game that everyone talks about. At least I think so, but it hasn't yet. And I hope that Nintendo really does a good job with this one.
One interesting tidbit about this game that I saw in the Direct is that this mobile game will be the first Fire Emblem game to where there's no option to turn on permadeath.
Yeah, I noticed that. Right.
Yeah.
Permadeath is no longer a thing in that Fire Emblem game.
Yeah.
It's something that's been in every single game. I'm glad Awakening made it an option, but still kept it there. But in this game, this is the first one. There's absolutely no way to get permadeath whatsoever.
And I think that's fine because it's like it's a different type of Fire Emblem game. Like,
it's more like more accessible to everyone else.
It's trying to be more accessible, and it's trying to be like where you keep coming back. But I don't think people would keep coming back if their characters died. You know, like it's it's not telling a story. It's a game where you're like supposed to keep coming back and coming back and coming back. And I think the best way to do that is if your characters don't die, essentially. So I think that's fine. Yeah. You know, Fire Emblem, like the 3DS versions, like they're telling a story, you know, and at some point that story ends, you know, but I'm assuming this one is just going to keep going on and on.
Yeah. So, it technically has a story, but I think it's going to be like expanded throughout multiple maps or something, or like, it's like kind of
like,
vague,
imagine playing a card game and then like if your cards die in the game, like you can never use them ever again. Like you have to
there goes
throw
your
it away.
money.
You know, I guess think of it like the Nuzlocke challenge. I mean, I guess.
Oh jeez, I tried that. I couldn't. No, I'll do it later though.
Don't. But yeah, but yeah, like that would not work for this Fire Emblem game from what it looks like. And I think this looks really good, and I hope it brings more people into it. Was there a price point for this or no?
I think it's free.
It has in-app purchases, so I'm assuming.
What kind of in-app purchases?
You can purchase specific summons. You can purchase like a specific summon stones to get specific character archetypes to try more and get the character you're trying to get. You know, like how like what's a good mobile example? I don't play many mobile games. What's a game with a lot of items that has like rarity, and then you have to like spend in-game money?
Jeez.
Team Fortress 2?
Oh, well, that's not mobile, but I guess.
It's not mobile, but it's the closest thing I could think of.
A lot of hats.
Yeah, you could buy stuff.
Hat simulator, best hat simulator.
Like you can buy items and they're not.
So like imagine like TF2's hat system, like, but you don't know what hat you're getting when you buy it.
Oh, so it's Overwatch.
Overwatch. Yeah.
You buy random crates. You pay real money for these random crates, and you could get the same item twice. Nice going, Overwatch.
I gotta open these crates,
man. Unit twice, yeah. These gems only give you units. I'm not sure.
Technically, TF2 has crates too, I guess, but.
Yeah. Okay, but
they're totally ripping off.
We don't know how the in-app purchases work yet. Okay, so we don't know how the in-app purchases work yet.
Not exactly, no. I mean, you can buy orbs and stuff, yeah, but that's all we know.
So yeah, we don't know how beneficial they are or how game breaking they could be. We have to wait until the game comes out, so that's
just
all we can
not
do.
Too long actually, only 2 weeks.
Yeah, so
from recording, of course.
Yeah, from recording. So what do you guys think of the stream overall?
I feel it captured what Fire Emblem is, and it's just it's a war game, and it shows its serious and cunning nature of what the strategy game really is. It's medieval warfare, and it shows it's still medieval warfare.
With a dash of dating sim.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know if Fire Emblem Echoes is going to have that, but hey, if it does, then yeah, I guess, yeah. You get a waifu simulator along with a war simulator. That goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
I'm sure the older fans love that, but whatever. I don't know. I was pretty excited with everything. Fire Emblem Echoes is pretty interesting. I get to play Gaiden in the new updated style. Don't have to go to the fan translation for the NES one for that one. Fire Emblem Warriors also looks pretty cool. I liked Hyrule Warriors the bit that I played it, so knowing this is going to be with Fire Emblem characters, that's going to be pretty fun to play on my new Nintendo 3DS. And Fire Emblem Heroes, that's going to also be something I'm going to get day one, also on my phone, if it's free, of course. If not, then hey, I don't know, paying $1 or $2
probably
to get
still gonna get
not
it.
too bad. Yeah, I'm gonna get it.
I got Mario Run day one.
Mm-hmm.
No regrets.
No regrets?
No, not really.
I use my phone for games, so
I use my iPad for games. I have a ton of games on that. But
that's very heavy, Melvin.
what, the iPad?
No, a ton.
Oh, okay. Puns. Okay. So for me, as someone,
good one, Ricardo.
as someone, I would again like. I would say overall, like, I'm indifferent to the Fire Emblem series. Like, it's a series I love, but it's like, I just don't have time to play it, so I don't really focus on it as much. So, based on that, you know, it's like a take it or leave it based on that. But I'm glad that more Fire Emblem games are being brought to the West and that more people get to experience it. Because again, I think once people play it, they will like it, you know? I think they will have a good time. So
meanwhile, there's just me and Ricardo just gushing over everything. Just be like, oh my gosh, Fire Emblem's like, I gotta tell
well, now you know how I feel with JoJo. Now you know. Like, I was talking about that show for years, and then like no one knew what I was talking about. For like, when did I watch it? Like in 2013. So for like now it's 4 years. Like for 4 years, I was all alone.
Yeah, I started Fire Emblem.
Well, yeah, that's you. That's also you with Nichi Chow, you know, because none of us have watched it. I've only seen like 2 episodes. So.
Hey, at least you watched 2.
Ricardo has seen 0. So. But yeah, so if none of you, if any of you are watching and you haven't played a Fire Emblem game, like find one and play one. Any of them are good. I'd start with the 3DS ones, just because those are the most refined system
you can turn off
that I've seen. It's the most refined. It's the most friendly to newcomers. It's a great place to start. So start with any of them. If you find one, buy one. That's what I would do. So yeah, I think that's all we have to say. I think, is there anything else?
You can also to those people, when you play again, you can make the difficulty so ludicrously insane that you just be like, bleh.
I'm not doing lunatic.
Yeah, if you want to make the game really hard, just like add real life death. If all your characters die, you die too. So, you know, that'll definitely be medieval warfare for you. Have fun, kids.
Give that challenge to a prisoner.
Have fun, kids. What would you call that challenge? What would that Fire Emblem challenge
I call it a Nuzlocke.
The Nuzlocke Fire Emblem edition. If all your characters die, you must die too. Okay.
Yes.
Interesting. All right.
You die in real life.
But in the 3DS versions, you have an avatar, so if your avatar dies,
you can bend the elements.
Okay, Ricardo. Okay.
I mean, he is a magic user, so yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
All right. Now you guys see what I have to deal with every day.
That's what makes this channel so fun.
Oh, yes.
I always eat my breakfast every day.
Fun is subjective.
It's a fast break, don't you know?
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay. I wasn't talking to you, Ricardo. I was talking to the audience. If they watch till the end of this, thank you.
Thank you.
Yu-Gi-Ohs.
Oh, thank you, Yu-Gi-Oh. Thank you, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel of the Roses, also another great Fire Emblem game.